Hi my friends, a quick little update on the situation here in Italy. Today is April the 3rd, Friday, and I don't know if you recall from my last video, I said that the lockdown would be extended until April the 18th, past Easter. Well, unfortunately, we just heard today that it looks like the lockdown will be extended until May the 1st and even possibly past May the 1st. Now, the reasoning for this is that they're watching and they're seeing what's happening in other countries, more specifically Hong Kong. As you may have heard, they were under lockdown, and since the past 2 weeks, they have been able to regain some of their freedoms. Not completely, but they didn't have the full lockdown. And unfortunately, they registered a number of novel coronavirus cases, a surge in the novel coronavirus cases. So they decided to lock down again. So as a preemptive move, Italy is deciding that they will most likely just remain under lockdown until May the 1st. Now, that's very disappointing, to be honest with you. And I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out. More specifically, the economic situation here, I think they will need to open up factories and other small businesses because, I think they're necessary for people's survival. A lot of people work independently and they can't afford to not be at work for the coming months. So we'll see how that transpires, and we will be watching to see what happens in Sweden. As you may know, in Sweden, they don't have a full lockdown like you have in, Canada or the US or in Italy or Spain or other countries. So they don't have the same stringent measures. They don't have right now sporting events, like large sporting events, but people are able to go to the cinemas and to restaurants. So we'll see whether their numbers plateau in the coming weeks or months or whether they just spike up and stay there. It will be interesting to see what happens as, I guess, an experiment. Anyways, on the medical front, some US researchers discovered a potential vaccine delivered through a Band-Aid with tiny little microneedles that have a little particle of the coronavirus, and that is delivered topically on the skin. And that study was done on mice, and they saw that on mice it worked and it provided them protection from the novel coronavirus. So it will be interesting to see when they do a human trial whether that also works on humans. So we'll watch and see. Then there's further confirmation from China that the novel coronavirus is delivered through the air, even just from the act of simple breathing. And so they're saying that's why it's so important to wear a mask, because even if you're not sneezing or coughing, but you're just breathing and you happen not to have obvious symptoms, but you are a carrier, that you can in fact infect other individuals around you. So that's why they're encouraging the use of the masks. Anyways, my friends, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully in the coming days and weeks, I'll give you some tips on how to better navigate this situation, which is definitely very difficult and very stressful for all of us, also because we don't really quite know how it's going to play out. But my friends, until then, keep strong, keep healthy, keep informed, and we'll see you then. Ciao.